What's happening, guys? So, match preview for the Super Sunday fixture. As you can see behind me, we have Arsenal versus Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium. Super Sunday kickoff, 4:30. So, let's get into the match preview. Because this is a game. No more pissing around, Arteta. No more pissing around. Sunday's Premier League action will be rounded off with the latest chapter in one of the competition's greatest ever rivalries when Arsenal welcome Manchester United to the Emirates Stadium. Always a fiery affair, there can be no better fixture for the Gunners to respond after the disappointing 2-2 draw with Fulham, thanks to Arteta and his goofiness. A result which prompted boss Mikel Arteta to compel his players to show another level of desire. Hang on a minute, how about stop pissing around with the team? Talking about, show other levels of desire, mate. No, stop pissing about. You know what I mean? Imagine swapping car parts around and then expecting the car parts to work efficiently. You know what I mean? Oh, it's supposed to work properly, but the parts are not meant for the certain parts. You know what I mean? You're buying Honda Civic parts for a Volkswagen Golf, fam. That's essentially what this guy's doing, and he's hoping that it works. We all know Partey's not a right back.
Nope.
We all know Gabriel should be in this team.
Yep.
Anyways, that bit just triggered me a little bit because Arteta, Arteta's talk shit sometimes, man. Despite some murmurings of discontent from the home faithful over the team selection and formation, the Spaniard has every right to be annoyed with the performance his side conceded both early and late in that stalemate, making Arsenal the first side in Premier League history to concede within the first minute 3 times in a calendar year. All 3 of those strikes came from home soil, but the Gunners should be appreciative of the visit of United, given they are unbeaten in each of the last 5 head-to-heads at the Emirates, 1-4, drew 1, with each of those 4 victories seeing Arsenal net before half-time. Let me just go back to about the conceding at home, and the Spaniard has a right to be annoyed with the performance of his side. Well, we're conceding at home quickly, right? It's not good enough. That ain't good enough. I don't. Players just need to switch on. I don't know if these men are asleep for a bit. And as for Arteta being annoyed, you're annoyed, fam. You're the one playing players out of position. You won't play players where they fit best.
Stop it.
You know what I mean?
Some help.
Last season, we knew Zinchenko won at left back, but Arteta never played him in midfield once. But he'd be. Just imagine if, maybe David Raya or Ramsdale in goal, yeah? Ben White at right back, Saliba right centre back, Gabriel left centre back, Kieran Tierney left back, right? Then you have the midfield of Rice, Partey, and Odegaard. Jesus up top, Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right. And then during the game, you might need to see it out, or you might need to keep more control of the game or whatever. Zinchenko can come on and play on the left centre mid. You know what I mean? Trossard can come on, plays a false 9. You know what I mean? Or left or the right. That's just one example. But Zinchenko is far better as a midfielder than he is a left back.
Yep.
What we've done is we've got rid of an actual left back because we want to do goofiness. You know You know what I mean? Nuno Tavares. I think he's gone Forest now. You know what I mean? He doesn't even at least put him in if he's not playing Tine. Because left back is his job as well. No. I'll play players that, you know, maybe can, maybe can't play there. Just anyone but an actual left back. This guy's a fool. This guy is a fool. And if he does it in this game, right, Man U might end their drought, their winless drought of the Emirates. And they might finally get a win there.
Emotional damage.
Manchester United had their own early troubles in their last outing, failing 2-0 behind within 4 minutes against Nottingham Forest, the quickest they've ever been trailed by 2 goals in Premier League history. Someone still needs to come from behind after half-time at Old Trafford and win. Someone still needs to do that because it's never been done in Premier League history. I wonder who the manager is going to be when that gets broken, man. Erik ten Hag's men eventually came back to win 3-2, leading the Dutchman to praise the brilliant character of his side ahead of their crunch visit to the capital. London is far from a happy hunting ground for the Red Devils, who have just won one of their last 10 Premier League away matches there. Drew 3 and lost 6. Shocking, fam. If we don't beat these, man, telling you, the Arms House. That includes a pair of head-to-head defeats at the Emirates Stadium that saw United concede 3 goals in each. So soaring up the defence could be key to victory. A quest made more difficult by injuries to Rafael Varane and Luke Shaw. And then it's going by players to watch and everything like that. So this time, Man United will have Casemiro in midfield. This will be the first time Casemiro will be facing Man United, as he never faced them any time last season. And, you know, we had United fans try and say that, Fred Casemiro last season made the beatings.
Stop the cap.
I mean, proving that they're a one-man team also. But this time, if all been fit, he plays on Sunday. You know what I mean? Then this is why I think Arteta is going to move Partey back in midfield with Rice to take care of that. That's personally what I think. I think he's going to make the change. I think he's going to give the fans more of what they want in this game. I actually expect David Raya to even start as well. You know what I mean? I actually expect that. And I expect Gabriel to start the game and maybe Zinchenko at left back. If not, then Kiwi at left back. Arteta will do. But I reckon he'll bench Havertz. I don't think he'll put him up top. I think this will be the game where he'll bench him. You know what I mean? Then Nketiah will probably start the game. And then yeah. So the usual suspects will start. We know Trossard, no chance. Trossard ain't starting the game for shit. Not that he's done anything wrong. I don't know if he's done anything wrong behind closed doors. But as I said, Trossard, no matter what he does, no matter what he gives us, anything, he ain't starting the game. So last 5 matches for Arsenal. Before I go to the head-to-head between Arsenal and Man United, our last 5 matches: drew 2-2 against Fulham, won 1-0 against Palace, won 2-1 against Forest, won on penalties against Man City in the Community Shield, and we beat Monaco in a friendly on penalties to win the Emirates Cup. Man United's last 5 matches: beat Forest 3-2, lost to Tottenham 2-0, beat Wolves 1-0, drew to Athletic Bilbao, and beat Lens. So, our last our head-to-head. So, our last 5 head-to-heads. Also, we played Man U in the friendly, which was like a World Cup final to the fans when they beat us 2-0. Before that, we beat them 3-2 in the league last season. Before that, they beat us 3-1 at Old Trafford in the league last season. And then before that, the season before, we beat them 3-1 at the Emirates. And then early game of that season, we lost 3-2 at Old Trafford. Now, our record against Man United, it's one of those where we tend to beat them at home. You know what I mean? And they tend to beat us at Old Trafford. I mean, we haven't won at Old Trafford since 2020. strangely enough, even though we were well overdue a win at Old Trafford back then, I was confident enough in that game that we'd win that game because our record was shocking in that period. 1-0, Aubameyang penalty. Our record was shocking because we hadn't won in 20 games, and then they came along in between that and we beat them, and then we continued losing. You know what I mean? But whenever we win at I wouldn't say whenever we win at Old Trafford because it's rare, but we haven't done the double over Man United since 2006-7 season. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? So we always at least beat them once, and then when we beat them at Old Trafford, we couldn't even beat them at Emirates. We drew 0-0. You know what I mean? It's just madness. But it's basically last time Man United won at Emirates in all competitions was in 2019. We won 3-1. But yeah, in the league, which was a game I went to that game. The last time Man United won at Emirates in the league, I was at that game. It was in December. That's when De Gea had 11 arms and they won 3-1. Man United have never, in the Emirates era, they've never won at the Emirates and kept a clean sheet. And it's a weird record that Arsenal and Man United have between us, because let me just emphasize on how goofy our record is with Man United. When it comes to Old Trafford, in Premier League history, we've only won there 4 times, right? Overmars 98, Wiltord 2002, Adebayor 2006, Aubameyang 2020. You know what I mean? The fact that I can just say player's name to associate with a win tells you all you need to know. Because every time we've won at Old Trafford in the league, in the Premier League, it's always been 1-0. And the funny thing is, we've always kept a clean sheet. We've always kept a clean sheet. There's only one time we won 2-0 at Old Trafford when Giggs hit the crossbar and we went on the counter-attack and made it 2-0. And that was a cup game in the early 2000s. Right? And then last time we won at Old Trafford in a cup was 2015. We won 2-1. That was the first time for God knows how long that we've won at Old Trafford and not kept a clean sheet. You know what I mean? It is madness. Our record at Old Trafford is absolutely goofy, right? 2015 season. Yeah, 2015 season. The 1-1 draw in the league at Old Trafford was the first time Arsenal had equalised at Old Trafford. As far as I know. As far as I know, that's the first time we've equalised at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? Anytime we've scored, from what I can remember, I might be wrong, but from what I can remember, we've always pulled one back. 2-0 down or whatever, pull one back. You know what I mean? When we lost 8-2, that was the first time in Premier League history we've scored 2 goals at Old Trafford that stood. You know what I mean? When we lost 3-2, where was it? Yeah, when we lost 3-2 at Old Trafford. No. When we drew 2-2, Unai Emery's first season, when we drew 2-2, that was the first time we went back in front at Old Trafford. Damn! In Premier League history. Our record's goofy. But yeah, anyways, that's the head-to-head between Arsenal and Man United. It's a goofy record that we have. When we beat them at Old Trafford, we keep a clean sheet. Whenever they beat us at the Emirates, they never keep a clean sheet. Yeah, we can't score more than 1 goal at Old Trafford. It seems to be the hardest thing in the world to do. Yeah, but Man U've got the record at Emirates is not a very good one, but it doesn't mean that they can't beat us. You know what I mean? It's still, you know what I mean? If Arteta keeps this goofiness, they can beat us. Now, score prediction for this game, I'm going with 3-1 either way, right? 3-1 to Arsenal if Arteta gets the starting lineup right and starts players that he should start, right? 3-1 the other way if Arteta carries on this goofiness. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? But we better not just choke on Sunday. It better be more of, you know, the last few times we played Man U at the Emirates. You know what I mean? Especially the season before last, when we won 3-1. You know what I mean? I want that. You know, in fact, when we beat them 3-0, when Sanchez and Ozil and them scored, I want that. You know what I mean? Super Sunday. Do not let me down, Arsenal. These pagans, right? They're not going to play nice. Of course not. It's going to get rough out there. But fam, do not lose to these, man. You know what I mean? The reverse fixture is towards the climax of the season, pretty much. You know what I mean? So imagine if Arteta chooses to get these things right. If he chooses not to be goofy, right? And we're anything like last season, maybe, just maybe, 2002 could happen again. Just that ever so slight chance. Because it's Arteta that's manager, so, you know. But I'm not thinking that far ahead, to be honest with you. I shouldn't be thinking that far ahead, because end of the day, this game is Sunday, right? So, come on, you Gooners. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The links will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And we finish as we started. Peace.